In this video, I'm going to address why I moved to Bangkok. My goal is to focus on the three most important factors for me in making that decision. Simply retiring to Thailand isn't the end game. It's just the start of a new chapter. I'm in Benchkiti Park, so let's go for a little walk around. When we move to different countries, we often move for very similar reasons. And these reasons are not the ones I'm going to really be talking about today. But for example, we love moving for the food, for the weather, or because the people from the country are really welcoming. And that's certainly true of Thailand and my experience in Bangkok so far. But the reasons I want to talk about today, or the factors that I want to talk about today, are slightly different and focus more on lifestyle. Depending on where we live, we can actually save a ton of time. All these new condos in Bangkok often have a gym. So having a gym in my building means that I'm not walking 10 minutes, 20 minutes just to go to a gym. Instead, I just need to wake up in the morning, quick drink of water, bite of banana or something like that, and then take the elevator down to the gym. It also means I'm more likely to go to the gym, less excuses being involved. Another huge time saving for me is the proximity to the BTS station. There's condos that are actually directly connected to a BTS station. Mine isn't quite that close, but I'm only 2 minutes walk away from my nearest station. So comparing that to a condo that's maybe 10 minutes away from a BTS station, and I have stayed in condos like that in Bangkok and when I was on holiday, and that's the reason why I'm not in a condo like that just now. The condos themselves are fine, but I want it to be much closer to a transport link. And just thinking about how that actually works, like if I'm 10 minutes away from a BTS, and if I was going to take a BTS train, I mean, maybe I wouldn't do it every day, but just for argument's sake, imagine I was going to take a BTS every day, 10 minutes away, so there and back in one day is 20 minutes. For the whole month would be multiplied by 30, so 20 minutes times 30, 600 minutes. So 10 hours just walking to and from a BTS station. My current condo is 2 minutes away, like I said, and that's just a total of 4 minutes there and back each day, multiplied by 30 days, 120 minutes, so 2 hours. So by living in a condo closer to the BTS, I'm essentially saving, or potentially saving myself, 8 hours a month. So that's like a full day's work. Obviously there is a trade-off with regards to cost. Maybe it's a bit more expensive to live closer to a BTS station, and that's a decision we just have to make for ourselves. But I guess it really depends how much we value our time. I mean, if I was valuing my time at $100 an hour, I'm essentially saving $800 by living closer to a station. Even at $50 an hour, still a big saving of $400. So yeah, time is money. All these three factors that I'm talking about today are definitely interlinked, and there are trade-offs. So the first one I addressed was time, and why I think that Bangkok is an amazing place to save time, which is kind of weird. I often think about, and maybe you think the same, like big cities, there's always traffic jams. Yep, there are traffic jams in Bangkok. I tend not to take taxis. Maybe a bike taxi every now and then, but usually either walking or taking the BTS or MRT. But just check out this park. This is amazing. Centre of Bangkok, and I'm literally in nature. So thinking about like walking to and from a BTS station, I'm not opposed to walking. I love walking, but when I go for a walk, I want to walk somewhere I want to walk, not just along a street to get to a station. So today I jumped on BTS, came a few stations, and then walked to the park, which is maybe, actually getting to the park from the BTS was maybe about 10 minutes or so. But now that I'm in the park, it's just amazing. I love being able to see skyscrapers kind of in the background, but not really hear much traffic. And just the fact that it's so quiet in terms of people. So there's definitely places to go in Bangkok. And I find, to be honest, I think this is surprising that there's not crowds everywhere we go. Right, getting back to my factors. So the first one was time and how Bangkok allows me to save time by living close to a BTS station, by having a really nice gym in my condo. The second factor, which has trade-offs and crossovers with the first factor, time, is health. I've got some specific health goals this year that I want to achieve, and having a gym or easy access to a gym in my condo is going to help me reach my goal, I hope. I used to be into running, so I want to get back into running. Haven't really run seriously for at least 10 years. So the aim for this year is to get a personal best in the 5,000 meters. I'm going to do that through training in my gym, not actually running a huge number of miles or kilometers, but by training on a spin bike. The aim is just to improve my aerobic fitness so that when I do go for a run, hopefully my speed can improve. This health and fitness goal is something that Bangkok is, or my condo in Bangkok, is helping me, or hopefully going to help me to achieve. Another improvement to my health that I've started to experience in Bangkok is the quality of my sleep. The condo that I'm in is really great in this regard. Amazing soundproofing between rooms, and the windows as well are great at soundproofing street noises. And it's just reminded me of how much simple things in life, like a good night's sleep, can actually improve quality of life. The first two factors that I've talked about, time and health, certainly overlap in some regards. And then the third factor, which is important, is to do with money. And again, it's kind of like a Venn diagram, I suppose, with these three factors overlapping, and there's a sweet spot in the middle. So with regards to finances, I'm not living a super luxurious lifestyle, but neither am I focusing on making things as cheap as possible. What I think Bangkok is great for is allowing us to live like a high margin lifestyle. So much like profit margin, where a company makes something, it costs them X to make it, and then they sell it for X plus Y. Y is the margin. And for me, the Bangkok lifestyle is a high margin lifestyle, high in terms of time, high in terms of health, and also high in terms of money. The value for money in Bangkok when we're spending dollars or pounds is it's outrageous. I mean, comparing it, I used to live in London, so comparing where I live now to where this place would be in London, it would be in Zone 1. Living in Zone 1 in London, I have no idea what that would cost nowadays, but I can imagine it would be a load more than what I'm paying here in Bangkok, and the weather in Bangkok is much nicer as well. Bangkok is certainly more expensive than Chiang Mai, where I was living for the last few months. But like I said, I'm not here to count every baht that I'm spending or try and live as cheaply as possible. That's not my focus. Living in Bangkok can be as cheap or expensive as we want to make it. And there's definitely trade-offs. So earlier on I was talking about I wanted to live close to a BTS station. So that does mean that my condo is a little bit more expensive. I also wanted to have specific things in the condo. There's a specific sort of gym equipment I wanted, I wanted the condo to have a nice pool, so I'm paying a little bit more for that. And my condo itself, I mean, it is fairly small, but it's got some stuff inside that I wanted, lots of storage space. I didn't move to Thailand to escape, and I didn't move to Thailand to stop. I came to Bangkok because it supports the lifestyle that I want to live this year. If you're interested to find out more about early retirement in Thailand and specifically Bangkok, hopefully I'll see you again.